Hi everybody, it's Crystal with Army Wife 101, and today I wanted to talk to you about some frequently asked questions I receive about Hawaii. Now let me first just say that I know some of you read my I Hate Hawaii One Army Wife story. Sorry if I offended you, but like I said, I would be doing a big injustice if I didn't tell the truth. And once again, that's just my opinion. Hawaii is a beautiful place, but it's just not for everybody. Great place to vacation, for some people not the greatest place to live, and we all need to accept that. So with that out the way, let me get to the frequently asked questions. Now, you always hear me say I receive a lot of emails. The reason why I say that so much is because I want people to know that I do receive your emails, and I get a lot of them. And I take the time to really try to research stuff, or at least ask questions. And we all know in the Army things change quite so often. A lot of times you go to the people who should know the answers, and they don't even know the answers. So it can be hard to really give answers to in-depth questions. You know, sometimes I get emails with like 6 questions within the email, and one question alone is like a whole page, or a whole 3 or 4 paragraphs, and it becomes quite hard. In addition to the other site that I do help co-manage. So anyway, some important things you should know about Hawaii. 1, being command sponsored. I've heard many wives go, "Oh yeah, I'm coming, I'm packing, I'm coming to Hawaii, I'm just gonna come there." You can't do that. You can't just come here. Now let me rephrase that. You can just come here, but you'll be on your own dime. If you want the Army to pay for you, there is a process. They're not just gonna let you come to Hawaii scot-free on their dime. No way. But you do have to get what's called an EFMP screening. And all that does is ensure that you or any other dependents, usually small children or children, don't have any type of disorders or medical diseases that can't be handled here. Normally most people pass because Hawaii is still part of the United States. It's just pretty far. But we have all of the vicinities and everything that you need to pretty much be cared for in most cases. So you do need to get that EFMP screening. Once that's all submitted, they'll approve it, they'll send it here, and then you'll be added to the orders. As far as lodging goes, I've heard stuff go, well, we're gonna go stay at, the Four Seasons or some crazy place out in Waikiki. Waikiki. I've asked many wives, because I moved here in '09, so things changed. I've asked wives to tell me what their experiences were, just to make sure I'm correct. You do need to go through Schofield Lodging. Now, keep in mind, I'm speaking for Army. You do need to go through Schofield Lodging, and what they'll do is issue you a statement of non-availability if there are no rooms available. But you want to try to go through them first, or make sure you do go through them first, because that's how your TLA and everything is handled. That's how your room is paid for. That's how, when you're in the room on post, if you want to buy food from downstairs in the deli, you can charge it to the room, and you don't have to worry about coming out of pocket for it. If there is no rooms available at Schofield Lodging, they will send you to one of their approved hotels, which, you can buy food from there. You don't have to buy it. It's basically, you can charge it to your account, and so forth. So there is a process. So you're not just going to get to come to Hawaii and stay at, the Royal Kahio Hawaiian Hilton. It's not going to work that way. But you will get the option to stay at a hotel, most likely here on post first, and if not, then somewhere else. I'm trying to think, what are some of the other questions I get about Hawaii? The bugs. That was one I got recently. The bugs are pretty bad here. I think it really just kind of depends on the area you live in as to how many of those bugs you'll see. I've been pretty fortunate in the sense that I haven't seen really any in my house, but on the outside, yes, I'm talking about roaches this big. They're huge. So yeah, geckos are pretty common here. I don't think I've seen one in my house, but I've seen them right outside my door. Not cute at all. The schools. The schools are kind of a iffy, issue. For me, I'm not gonna say I don't care about my kids' education, but I'm one of those parents. I try to stay involved. I get to know their teachers. I've had no problems with my kids' teachers. They do well in school. They've never had a problem. Never been picked on. Never feel like they're left behind as far as work goes. The key is to really staying on top of the teachers. I will admit that Schofield has had some overcrowding issues, which is why they've divided the housing up by zones, and certain kids, especially in the elementary schools, are now going off post. Busing is provided for the ones going to the elementary school. I have one in elementary and I have one in middle. My daughter does take a bus, which we have to pay for either yearly. It's like $200 and something yearly, and quarterly, if you want to pay it that way, is about $60 something. You can file to see if you qualify for free busing, but whatever. Housing. That's one of the last things I'm going to talk about. Housing is an important issue. People always wonder, how do I get housing? Nobody can tell you how you're going to get housing. Nobody can tell you what housing they're going to put you in, if you're going to be in new housing, if you're going to be in old housing. They really do it how they want to do it. Most likely, if you have, 2 kids or more and one is kind of older than the other, you'll probably sort of maybe wind up in new housing. But that's hard to say, because I know people who've got, 3, 4 kids, and they wind up in old housing, or they get offered old housing. So it really, really depends. So, I'm not saying don't go online and ask questions, but one question I always see people ask is, can anybody tell me how long the waiting list is? Nobody can ever tell you how long the waiting list is here, because things change. What you can do before you come to Hawaii is get a feeling of the housing office. Call the housing office, speak to one of the representatives, kind of form a relationship, which is what I did. And when we got here, we were told we were like a number 100. I think it was like 122. I'm not sure. And when we got here, we jumped ahead of all those people that hadn't even arrived on island. So when you're wherever you are outside of Hawaii, you might say you're number 150. But when you come here, you might have 40 or 50 people that haven't even, or 40 or 50 families that haven't even arrived on island yet. And they don't have, they're not here to claim their housing. So you might jump up and get a house within 2 or 3 weeks, or maybe a month or so. So that's how housing works. So I would recommend to go to www.armyhawaiifamilyhousing.com and call the housing office and say, hey, what's the deal? How long is housing? They're the best people to tell you that. Never go by the board. I mean, it's okay if somebody just moves here and maybe they have an idea, but they don't know. Nobody knows. So with that said, I know I'm talking fast, but I just kind of wanted to get that out the way. Maybe that'll help at least 1 or 2 people that are coming here. With that said, I'm Crystal. Continue to visit me at www.armywife101.com. Don't forget to fan our page or like our page at www.facebook.com/armywives, WIVES 101. Bye.